Hey there, and welcome to HisTime365. I'm so glad you're here for day 33 of our 365-day journey through the Bible. Today, we'll look at Leviticus 15 to 17, and I'll walk you through what happens, what it means, and why it matters. I'll share a summary and some insights to help you see the big picture and connect with the heart of the scripture. During your quiet time, I encourage you to read today's lesson in a Bible translation that speaks to you best. Now grab a quiet moment, take a deep breath, and let's spend a few minutes giving God. Exploring purity and redemption, a journey through Leviticus 15 to 17. Have you ever felt burdened by the weight of guilt or the need for spiritual cleansing? In Leviticus chapters 15 to 17, we dive into the intricate laws God provided to the Israelites, focusing on purity, restoration, and the significance of sacrifice. These chapters reveal not just ancient practices, but timeless principles that still resonate in our daily lives today. In Leviticus 15, we encounter various laws regarding bodily discharges and the concept of ceremonial cleanliness. God lays out specific guidelines to help the Israelites understand the importance of purity in their lives. For instance, if a person had a discharge, they were considered unclean for a period, and specific rituals were required for them to regain cleanliness. Leviticus 15:2-3. This might seem strange to us now, but it was about more than physical cleanliness. It was about spiritual purity. God wanted His people to understand that the state of their bodies could reflect their relationship with Him. Consider how we often think about cleanliness in our own lives. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with information, expectations, and responsibilities, maintaining our mental and spiritual health is crucial. Just like the Israelites, we might need to take time to cleanse ourselves of negativity or guilt that weighs us down. For example, after a long week at work, some of us might find ourselves feeling overwhelmed. Taking a day to rest, reflect, and reconnect with God can serve as a modern-day cleansing ritual. Next, we move into chapter 16, which introduces the Day of Atonement, a powerful moment of reconciliation between God and His people. Here, we see the concept of sacrifice come to life. A goat was chosen to bear the sins of the people and sent into the wilderness, symbolizing the removal of sin from the community. Leviticus 16:10. This act is a beautiful foreshadowing of the ultimate sacrifice that would later come. Imagine a family dealing with conflict, perhaps siblings arguing over petty issues, which can create a heavy atmosphere in the home. Just as the Israelites were called to make sacrifices to atone for their sins, families today might need to make sacrifices of their pride to restore relationships. This could mean setting aside personal grievances to foster forgiveness, similar to how the Israelites set aside their sins for the sake of community harmony. In chapter 17, the focus shifts to the significance of the blood in the sacrificial system. God commands that the Israelites should not eat blood because it symbolizes life and represents the covenant between Him and His people. Leviticus 17:10-11. The sacredness of blood underscores the idea of life being precious and the need for atonement. This can feel distant from our everyday lives, but it emphasizes the importance of respect and responsibility for what we have. In practical terms, consider how we handle our resources, be it money, time, or relationships. When we invest with care and recognize the value of what we have, we honor the life God has given us. For instance, budgeting our finances wisely not only reflects good stewardship, but also brings peace of mind, allowing us to live without the burden of unnecessary debt. As we reflect on these chapters, we see that they are not merely about ancient laws, but are deeply relevant to our lives today. They teach us about the importance of purity, the power of sacrifice, and the need for atonement. Just like the Israelites, we are all on a journey toward spiritual cleanliness and connection with God. True purity comes from a heart aligned with God. How do the concepts of purity and sacrifice in Leviticus 15 to 17 relate to our spiritual practices today? In what ways can families implement the idea of atonement and reconciliation in their daily lives? What modern-day discharges or burdens do we carry that might require spiritual cleansing? How can we better steward our resources in a way that reflects the sacredness of life? What does it mean to you to have a heart aligned with God in your daily actions and decisions? Thanks so much for joining me today for HisTime365. Remember, today's reading is Leviticus 15 through 17, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Leviticus 18 through 21, so feel free to read ahead if you'd like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 34. Until then, stay encouraged and thank you for giving God His time today.